Welcome to another episode of GooberPasta. Do you believe in government conspiracies? Well, if you do, you'll probably find this next tale to be quite spooky.
The world is just one big conspiracy. There are numerous groups that control the world. The Illuminati, the Freemasons, the Rothschild family, lizard people, you name it. They are all in cahoots against us. Every member of government is controlled by one of these organizations. And I don't know what they want, but I know I'm right because I've watched numerous YouTube videos regarding it. 5G? Yeah, that causes butt cancer. You start getting these 5G cell towers come up, then all it's going to do is perpetuate coronavirus into giving us butt cancer. If coronavirus is even a thing, which it's not, it's just a big government conspiracy to get more chicken nuggets on the tables to American consumers. You see, I've watched numerous YouTube videos on all this. You're never going to guess the day that happened to me, when all these conspiracies got together to try to get me. I live in a trailer in Paris, Illinois at Cherry Point Trailer Court, and I keep a lot of tinfoil over the windows because that's how 5G rays get in there and they start bouncing around and start brainwashing you to make you watch crappy Netflix shows. But there was a knock on my trailer park door, and I answered it, and it was the landlord, or so I thought. I was like, yeah, what can I do for you? Hey, Jerry, don't want to mean to bother you, just need to kind of find out why you haven't paid the rent in 3 months. Look, buddy, I told him, I don't know who you are, but you're definitely not my landlord. You're probably one of those shape-shifting lizard people. Now, I ain't gonna give my money to some shape-shifting lizard person. Okay there, Jerry, but listen, I'm gonna need you to pay me the rent, because if you do not, then I'm gonna be forced to put an eviction notice on your door. You can't do that. This is all just one big government conspiracy. Now you get out of here and you tell my real landlord, if you're holding him hostage, that he isn't going to get any of my rent money. Slam the door in the guy's face. These government conspiracy people, they're after me, and I don't know what they want, but I know that they control the government. So anyway, I snuck out the window because he had called the cops, or so what I thought are the cops, more likely lizard people police, because I slammed the door a little too hard and it hit him in the nose and he fell over the banister. He wasn't too happy. I knew I was going to have to escape to my secret hideout. So anyway, I start taking off down the street into the backwoods, and I cut through the woods. But first I needed to go up to the gas station to get myself some Marlboro Lights. I walk in to what I thought was the gas station. You see, gas stations are actually controlled by the Rockefellers. Their whole deal with gas stations is they get you to buy more gas, which cars don't need to run on gas. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about the science behind cars, and gas is one thing that they don't need. I go up to the counter, I was like, let me get a pack of Marlboro Menthol Light 100s. The lady goes, sorry, I'm going to need to see some ID first. And I said, what? I said, this is a government conspiracy. She said, look, man, I just work here. Now, if you want these Marlboro Menthol Light 100s, you're going to have to show me some ID. Well, I didn't have an ID because I didn't believe in such things, because the DMV, where you get IDs, is a conspiracy. You see, you go there and they take your photo for an ID and you put down that you're an organ donor. And if you put down you're an organ donor, then little Oompa Loompas from Mars will come down and they'll start taking your organs at night. I know at least 6 people on the internet this has happened to. One guy even put on a Reddit post that he had his brain taken out by one of these people. So that wasn't going to happen to me. I said, look here, you commie. Now you give me these cigarettes and I'm going to exchange American dollars for these cigarettes and we're going to call it that. Look, pal, if you want these smokes, she went on rambling, then you're going to need to show me some ID. If not, then there's nothing I can do for you. So I did the only logical thing any rational human being did. I started yelling and screaming, and I cried a little bit, but that's beyond the point. I left the gas station without any smokes, but it was all just one big government conspiracy. I knew I was going to have to get out of town fast. Looks like all these government conspiracy people were here, and they were going to get me. So I went down to the train yard, and I was going to hop a train, and there was a chemical trailer cart on top of one of the train cars, and it was going to go somewhere, so I hopped on it. I was waiting for the train to move, but it wasn't going anywhere, and all of a sudden this dildo showed up. He used to claim that he worked for the railroad company. He's like, "Hey buddy," he started rambling on, "you got to get off this train car. This thing's got a massive anhydrous leak, and if that gets all over it, it's going to kill you." I said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, pal." I said, "First off, anhydrous is just a government conspiracy. It is not toxic, and it will not hurt you in any way, shape, or form." I begin to educate this man. "Now, you best leave me alone. I'm an American taxpayer, and I'm going to get on this train. I'm going to ride it to wherever it wants to be, because I need to get out of this town because government people are after me." And I assure you, it literally had nothing to do with my numerous warrants for failure to appear in court over petty charges, because I don't believe in courts. Because the United States legal system is actually ran by the Keebler Company in order to sell more cookies. It's true, and you all need to do some research. So I decided I was going to knock this guy out, so I picked up a big rock and threw it at him. But I'm a weak little puss, and it didn't go very far. The guy began to get on his radio and said, "Yeah, Larry, we're going to need to call the cops. There's some guy back here, and he's trying to throw rocks at me. He's a frail little puss, so he can't really get him far." I said, "Hey, guy, I don't drink anything with nutrients in it because nutrients are a government conspiracy perpetuated by the National Dairy Association to get you to drink more milk. A milk does not do a body good. You can actually live without milk, but these government people wouldn't have you think that." So anyway, I knew I was going to have to find an alternate form of transportation, so I started running as fast as I possibly could, and I got away from this guy before all the cops showed up to take me to government conspiracy jail, because jail isn't really real. It's just where they put you before they put you in like communist slave camps where you go to make Motorola pagers and stuff. A lot of people think pagers are outdated technology, but really they're not. The Illuminati manufactures Motorola pagers in order to notify people when their pizza's done, but they don't go pick up a pizza. They go pick up a kilo of cocaine, and they keep the world intoxicated on alcohol and drugs. Boy, I really needed a Marlboro Menthol Light 100. So anyway, I go up to the local Burger King, and I don't order in the front. I go in through the back, and I snuck in, and this one bitch was like, "Oh, Jerry, you need to get the hell out of here. You got to quit coming through the back." I said, "Shut up, bitch. I don't want to hear any of your stuff." She roundhouse kicked me in the face, which I was like, "Oh, you government, they got to you, you government hoe." And anyway, I locked myself in the freezer. And they're like, "Jerry, if you don't come out of here, then you're going to die of hypothermia from staying in there." And I said, "Look, woman," I said, "I know it's really cold in here, but dying of hypothermia is just a government conspiracy. It's put together by the good humor people to prevent you from like staying in the freezer eating all the ice cream, because they want all the ice cream for themselves." So I could hear them calling the police, but I decided to go ahead and break the lock off the door. And then like I passed out because it was so cold, but then the people were able to get in there and they took me to the hospital. I woke up in a hospital bed. And they're like, "Sir, we're going to have to place you under arrest for some misdemeanors and all those outstanding warrants that you have." And I said, "Look, pal, this is a government conspiracy, and I don't want to hear any more about it." But they wouldn't listen. And then like, so I ran out of the hospital as fast as I possibly could. I hid in a bush, and then like, I was like, all right, I'm going to have to, go into like hiding and stuff from all the government conspiracy people, because there wasn't just nothing I could do. So I ran back to that train yard, and that damn conductor was still there. And he's like, "Hey, buddy, I thought I told you, if you get on this train, that anhydrous ammonium is going to dissolve your skin." I said, "No, it's not, because it's a conspiracy." The train began to jump off. And I, got on the train because it was taking off, not jumping off. I don't know what the hell I was talking about there. Probably some government conspiracy about trains jumping off instead of taking off. Well, wouldn't you know it, all this anhydrous ammonia started leaking out. I was like, "Look, dude, I'm going to prove to you right now that nothing bad's going to happen." So I inhaled all that anhydrous ammonia, and my ball sack exploded. Thank you, bitches.